My mom texted, "We're keeping your sister's birthday small. No extra chaos." My daughter asked, "Are we the chaos?" I replied, "Oi, I'll cancel the catering." They kept posting photos laughing at the table. Asterisk asterisk until the bill came, and every card declined. Asterisk asterisk. My mom texted me 3 weeks before my sister Rachel's birthday. "We're keeping it small this year. Just immediate family. No extra chaos." I was standing in the kitchen when it came through. My daughter Amanda was at the table doing her math homework, humming to herself. I read the message twice. Amanda looked up and asked, "Are we the chaos?" I told her no. Then I told her yes. I replied to my mom, "Okay, I'll cancel the catering." That part probably needs context. For the last 4 years, I've paid for most of Rachel's birthday dinners. Not because I'm rich, but because I'm stable. I own a small event planning business. When Dad passed, I stepped up financially without anyone asking me to. I covered holiday meals, birthday cakes, reservations, decorations. It started as a nice gesture. It slowly became expected. Rachel is 32 and still lives at home. Amanda is 10. My mom treats them like they're the same age. The chaos comment wasn't random. Last year, Amanda spilled juice at Rachel's dinner. It was an accident. My mom told her to sit in the car until she could behave like family. I left with her. Rachel texted later asking why I was being dramatic. After that, I stopped bringing Amanda around as much. But when this birthday came up, Mom called me 2 months ago asking if I could handle the catering again because she didn't want the stress. I booked a private dining room at a new Italian place downtown. Prepaid deposit. Custom cake. The works. Rachel approved the menu. Mom approved the guest list. I was on it. Apparently Amanda wasn't. So when I texted that I'd cancel the catering, Mom responded almost immediately. "No need. We adjusted." Adjusted. That word sat wrong with me. I logged into the restaurant portal to check the reservation details. My access had been removed. I called the restaurant. The manager said the booking was still active but transferred to another name. Rachel's. And the payment method on file had been changed. Not to Mom's card. To mine. I hadn't authorized anything. I checked my banking app. The remaining balance was scheduled to process the night of the dinner. They had called the restaurant and kept my card on file while removing my name from the event. I didn't text Mom right away. I wanted to see how far they planned to take this. 2 days later, Rachel posted a story on Instagram. A photo of the private dining room. Caption said, "Keeping it small and peaceful this year." Peaceful. Amanda was sitting next to me when the story popped up. She didn't say anything this time. She just closed her math book and went to her room. That night I emailed the restaurant asking for written confirmation of who authorized the card change. The manager replied the next morning. It wasn't Rachel. It was my mother. And she had told them I insisted on staying anonymous because I hate attention. I stared at that email for a long time. The dinner was 4 days away. And I hadn't canceled anything yet. That's when I decided I wouldn't. But I also wouldn't pay. Instead, I made one quiet phone call that changed everything. The quiet phone call I made wasn't to my mom. It was to the bank. I didn't report fraud. Not yet. I just explained that a large charge was scheduled for a restaurant reservation I had not authorized under my name. The rep asked if I wanted to dispute it immediately. I said no. I asked when the authorization would actually finalize. She told me it would attempt to process at 8:17 p.m. the night of the dinner. I thanked her and hung up. Then I called the restaurant back. I asked to speak to the same manager, a guy named Chris. I told him calmly that I had not agreed to cover the remaining balance and that I would not be responsible for the final charge. There was a long pause. He said, "Your mother seemed very confident that you were hosting." I said, "I'm not hosting. I was uninvited." Another pause. He asked if I wanted to cancel. I said no. "Please keep everything exactly as it is." Then I added one small request. When the bill is presented, do not split it automatically. Present it in full. He hesitated but agreed. The week went by strangely quiet. Mom didn't mention the dinner again. Rachel kept posting countdown stories about her intimate birthday night. Amanda pretended not to care. But she asked Friday afternoon if we were going anywhere that weekend. I told her we were going to the movies and getting ice cream instead. She nodded like she had expected that answer. Saturday night at 7:42 p.m. I opened Instagram. Rachel had already posted a photo. Everyone was at the long table. My mom at the center. Rachel smiling at the head. My Aunt Karen. My cousin Derek. All laughing. The private room I booked. My centerpiece designs. The custom cake I ordered with Rachel's name in gold script. Caption said, "Perfect night with the people who matter." I didn't feel angry. I felt clear. At 8:19 p.m. my phone buzzed. Bank notification. Attempted charge declined. I had quietly frozen that card 2 hours earlier. I refreshed Instagram. 10 minutes later another post. Just a boomerang of champagne glasses clinking. Then nothing. At 8:41 p.m. my phone rang. I let it go to voicemail. She called again. Then Rachel. Then Mom again. I finally answered. Mom didn't say hello. "What is wrong with your card?" I said nothing is wrong with it. There was background noise. Dishes. Chairs moving. Someone asking a server something in a low voice. Mom said they're saying it declined. Fix it. I said I'm not there. She said you're paying. I said I wasn't invited. Silence. Rachel's voice came faintly through the phone asking what's happening. Mom came back on. "Don't embarrass us." I almost laughed at that. I said I'm not embarrassing anyone. I canceled the catering, remember? She said you said that but we adjusted. I said yes. You did. Another voice in the background. I think it was the manager. Then Mom lowered her voice and said just run it again. I told her it won't go through. Long pause. Then she asked quietly, "Did you do this on purpose?" I said yes. And I hung up. I didn't open Instagram again that night. But at 9:06 p.m., Amanda came into the living room holding my phone. Mom had texted her. "Tell your mother to answer." That's when I realized this wasn't about a dinner bill anymore. Seeing my mother text my 10-year-old daughter to pressure me over a restaurant bill changed something in me. Amanda handed me the phone without saying anything. The message just sat there on her screen. "Tell your mother to answer." Not hi. Not can I talk to her. Just that. I blocked my mom's number from Amanda's phone right then. Amanda asked if Grandma was mad. I told her adults sometimes make bad decisions when they feel cornered. She nodded like she understood more than she should. My phone kept buzzing. Rachel this time. I answered. Rachel didn't even pretend to be confused. She went straight to accusing me of trying to ruin her birthday. I asked her a simple question. "Who told you I was still paying?" She said Mom said you felt bad about last year and wanted to make it up to us. I almost admired the creativity. I told Rachel I had the email confirming Mom transferred the reservation into your name and kept my card without permission. There was silence on the other end. Then she said, "So what, you always pay anyway?" That sentence landed heavier than anything else. Not thank you. Not we appreciate it. Just you always pay anyway. I said not this time. She started talking about how the restaurant wouldn't let them leave without a card. Aunt Karen's card declined too. Derek had a daily limit. Rachel said Mom was arguing with the manager in front of everyone. I pictured it clearly. The same private room. The same table. My centerpieces. My cake. And my mom insisting I was the unreasonable one. Rachel finally said fine, I'll cover it, and hung up. 10 minutes later I got a notification from the restaurant portal. Access restored to my email. I logged in. The bill had been split 3 ways. Rachel's card had gone through for a partial amount. My aunt's for another. The remaining balance was still pending. Then an email from the manager. Your mother insisted we try your card again. I informed her you had withdrawn authorization. She asked if we could pursue you legally for the remaining balance. I read that twice. Pursue me legally. For a dinner I was told not to attend. I replied to the manager with a screenshot of my original text canceling the catering and asked him to attach it to the event file. I also requested written confirmation that I was no longer financially associated with the reservation. He responded within minutes. Confirmed. That should have been the end of it. But Sunday morning, Rachel posted a long caption about how some people can't handle not being the center of attention. How jealousy shows in ugly ways. How real family steps up. There were comments agreeing with her. People who had no idea what actually happened. Amanda saw it before I did. She asked if she did something wrong again. That was the moment I realized this wasn't just about money. It was about narrative. My mom and sister had decided Amanda was the problem years ago, And now they were trying to cast me as one too. I called Mom that afternoon. Not to argue. To set something clear. I said, you do not contact my daughter to manipulate me ever again. He said she was just trying to solve a problem. I said, you created it. She said, Amanda makes things difficult. There was. Asked how. She didn't answer directly. He talked about energy. About vibes. About how Rachel feels uncomfortable when Amanda is around. Amanda is 10. I told Mom if Rachel feels threatened by a 10-year-old, that's not my daughter's issue. Mom said I was overreacting. That word again. I told her from now on, if Amanda isn't welcome, neither am I. He said maybe that's for the best. The way she said it told me she meant it. And for the first time I believed her. After Mom said maybe it's for the best, she didn't call again. Rachel didn't either. But they didn't stay quiet. 2 days later my Aunt Karen called me. She said she didn't want to get involved, but she felt I should know that Mom had been telling people I set them up to embarrass them at the restaurant. Set them up. Apparently the story going around was that I promised to pay, waited until everyone ordered, then froze my card out of spite. None of them mentioned the text telling me there would be no extra chaos. None of them mentioned removing my name from the reservation. I asked Aunt Karen one question. Did anyone show you the messages? She said no. I forwarded her screenshots. The cancellation text. The email from the manager. The Instagram post captioned perfect night with the people who matter. She didn't respond for a while. Then she said, this isn't the first time your mom has twisted something. That sentence stuck with me. Because suddenly a lot of small things made sense. The school recital Amanda wasn't told about until the last minute because Grandma forgot to pass the invitation to Rachel. The Christmas photo where Amanda was asked to stand at the end because she moves too much. The way Rachel always told people Amanda was dramatic or difficult before anyone even met her. I used to brush it off. I told myself families are messy. But messy is not the same as deliberate. On Thursday, Rachel showed up at my house unannounced. Amanda was in her room. I stepped outside and closed the door behind me. Rachel didn't apologize. She didn't even mention the dinner at first. She said Mom has been crying all week. She said I overreacted and made things bigger than they needed to be. I asked her directly, why does Amanda make you uncomfortable? She hesitated. Then she said she's loud. She asks too many questions. She doesn't know when to stop. I said she's a child. Rachel said you've always put her above everyone else. That one caught me off guard. I asked above who? She said above me. It finally clicked. Rachel grew up being the center of everything. I left home at 19. I worked. I built my business from scratch. When Amanda was born, my world shifted around her. Not in a competitive way. Just in a normal mother way. But to Rachel it was a replacement. He said Mom feels like she lost you. I said Mom pushed me away. Rachel said you're making Amanda dependent on you. I told her protecting my daughter from being called chaos isn't dependency. Rachel looked past me into the house and asked if Amanda even misses them. That question told me everything. I said she misses the idea of having a grandma who likes her. Rachel didn't respond. She left without slamming the door, without yelling, without any dramatic scene. Just a quiet exit. That night Amanda asked if Aunt Karen was coming to her school play next month. I realized no one from my side of the family had ever attended one. I said yes. Even though I hadn't asked yet. And for the first time I started thinking seriously about what distance would actually look like. Not temporary space. Permanent distance. Aunt Karen did come to Amanda's school play. She brought flowers. She hugged Amanda. She stayed after and told her she did great. It was a small thing, but Amanda talked about it for days. Mom didn't mention the play. Rachel didn't either. Instead, a week later I got an email. Not a text. Not a call. An actual email from my mother. Subject line, reimbursement. She attached a breakdown of the restaurant bill and wrote that since I had originally offered to host, it was only fair I cover 1/3 of the remaining balance. She said family doesn't weaponize money. Weaponize. I stared at that word for a long time. I replied with one sentence. I did not host the dinner. I was uninvited. She responded within minutes. You're choosing pride over family. That was when I understood something I probably should have accepted years ago. In her version of reality, there was no scenario where she was wrong. There was only my reaction to her actions. That weekend, Rachel hosted a brunch at Mom's house. I know because she posted about it. Big table. Smiling photos. Caption about fresh starts and positive energy. Amanda saw it but didn't say anything this time. Later that evening she asked me something that felt bigger than it sounded. If we stopped going there, would they even notice? I told her yes. But I wasn't completely sure. 2 days later, my mom showed up at Amanda's school during pickup. She wasn't on the approved list. The front office called me down. Mom said she just wanted to surprise her granddaughter with ice cream. Amanda stood next to me holding my hand. She didn't move toward her. I told Mom she needed to call before coming to the school. She said I'm her grandmother. I said and I'm her mother. There was a moment where I thought she might argue. Instead she said quietly, "You're turning her against us." I said no. I'm teaching her boundaries. She left without touching Amanda. That night I updated the school's contact list and made it clear that only me and Aunt Karen were authorized for pickup. It felt drastic. It also felt necessary. The next morning I woke up to a message from Rachel. "Mom says you embarrassed her at the school. This is getting ridiculous." I didn't respond. Instead, I scheduled a meeting with a lawyer friend of mine. Not to sue anyone. Just to understand my options if this escalated. Because for the first time I realized my mother might not stop at guilt or social pressure. She might actually try something bigger. And I needed to be prepared. Amanda deserved that much. The meeting with my lawyer friend Jason lasted less than an hour. I laid everything out. The restaurant. The school pickup. The email asking for reimbursement. The text to Amanda. He listened and then asked one question. Has she ever threatened grandparents' rights? I said no. He said good. But document everything anyway. So I did. I saved screenshots. I printed emails. I kept notes with dates and times. Not because I planned to fight my own mother in court, but because I finally understood that hope wasn't a strategy. A week passed quietly. Then Mom invited us to Sunday dinner. No apology. No acknowledgement of anything that happened. Just a group text saying let's stop the drama and move forward. Amanda looked at me when I read it. Are we going? I thought about it longer than I expected to. I thought about the private dining room. The word chaos. The Instagram captions. The school visit. The reimbursement email. I also thought about how many times I had explained things calmly only to be told I was overreacting. I told Amanda we weren't going. She nodded. No argument. No disappointment. Just acceptance. That same Sunday, Rachel posted another family dinner photo. The caption said sometimes distance shows you who really cares enough to stay. I didn't respond. I didn't defend myself in the comments. I didn't send screenshots to anyone else. Instead, I booked a weekend trip for me and Amanda. Nothing fancy. Just a small cabin 2 hours away with a lake and no cell service. The first night there, Amanda asked if Grandma would ever like her. I didn't lie. I told her Grandma loves in her own way, but sometimes that way isn't healthy for us. She asked if that meant we were done. I said it means we're choosing peace. On the drive home, my phone filled with missed calls and texts. Mom had apparently told extended relatives that I was keeping Amanda from the family out of spite. A couple of cousins reached out asking what was going on. For the first time, I didn't feel the need to explain myself. I sent one group message. Amanda and I are stepping back. This isn't temporary. Please respect that. Mom called immediately. I let it ring. She left a voicemail saying I was tearing the family apart. But families aren't torn apart by boundaries. They're exposed by them. A month has passed now. No surprise visits. No school appearances. No reimbursement emails. Rachel still posts smiling photos at the table. We're just not in them anymore. And the house feels lighter. Amanda laughs more. She doesn't ask if she's the chaos. I used to think if I just explained myself clearly enough, they would understand. That if I absorbed the tension quietly, it would protect everyone. It didn't. Walking away did. Sometimes the people who share your blood are the same ones who quietly chip away at your sense of worth. And sometimes the strongest thing you can teach your child isn't how to stay and endure. It's how to leave when respect is no longer on the table. Longer on the table. Longer on the table.